Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today I have a free quilt pattern that I would like to share with you. And the blocks start with a big panel. So we're going to be able to cut out these big squares in this panel. Now I have some tricks on squaring up those squares so that they start square when we start our square blocks. The pattern and the fabric are from Benartex. The fabric line is called Follow Your Joy. So we have two different variations we can make. I am going to do one with a white crisp background. The fabric is a beautiful spring line with some greens, blues, yellows, some hearts. And I'm going to keep it nice and fresh with the white and then have some fun with a striped binding. So this quilt is made with two blocks. We have these center blocks, and then we have these larger blocks here, which starts with a panel. So the panel has 6 really big blocks that we're going to be able to cut up. Often when you buy the panel, it is off. It might have started straight when they made it, but through the shipping and the rewrapping of the fabric, sometimes it does get a little crooked. So the first thing that I like to do is take off a little bit of this selvage. The reason is the selvage is woven tighter than the rest of the fabric, so it can pull the fabric, so I do like to remove it. And I'm going to remove it from the top and the bottom. You can see just when I've cut that off what the difference is. This is now tighter because of that edge. And this is going to be a lot straighter. And that is going to be for any fabric that we buy. I cut that off first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay my panel out flat, and I mist it. Just mist it with a little bit of water. And then I'm going to be able to just smooth it with my hands and straighten it out and let it dry. Sometimes that's all we're needing, taking off the selvages and letting that fabric relax. So the pattern wants us to cut these out to 10.5 inches. To cut this to 10.5 inches, I'm going to use freezer paper. So this has a coating on one side, which is a wax, and paper on the other. So I'm going to cut a perfect 10.5 inch square out of that freezer paper. I'm going to iron that wax side down onto the block. And I'm going to pin just the 4 corners. And I'm using the pattern as a guide. And I'm okay if I have extra fabric underneath. I just want to get those 4 corners. And then I'm going to pin the sides. And depending on how big your design is, you're going to want a few pins. You can just stick that fabric underneath until the design is squared up. So I'm not worried about that fabric underneath. What I want to do is take the iron and press around the outside so that that paper is sticking to the fabric. That paper is going to stick to the edges. Now I could turn it over, place those pins back down to hold those corners, and you can do a few sides. Now I can press this area. None of this will be taking ironing. I just need to press. The heat of the iron will help put that fabric back into shape. So I'm just going to press that right down onto that paper. Now, if there's an area that is really high, what you can do is just dampen that fabric. And with your hands, just push it down. Just manipulate that fabric a little bit while it's damp. You're going to find that those fibers are going to go down. Then when it's all in the shape, press it until the fabric is dry. You can add a little starch if you'd like, and then let it cool down. It is really important that you let that fabric cool. Once it's cooled down, I can remove that paper, and I can now cut the 10.5 inch square. Or you could cut using the paper. And you can use that freezer paper more than once. Now that our 10.5 inch squares are ready to go, we're going to work on the piecing that is going to go around them. So the fabric C to H are all cut the same size. We have 6 3/4 inch squares and we have 4 3/4 inch squares. We also have the background fabric, and in my case I did use the white. I want to take all of the squares that are 4 3/4 of an inch, including the white ones. And with these squares, we're going to make quarter square triangles. So we have 4 of each of the color cut out. And we're going to take them and match them to our squares. But you're only going to stitch down 2 sides. We're not going all the way around. We're just doing a 1/4 inch on each side. And we're going to do that to all of those pieces. So for every colored fabric, we're going to use a background fabric. I have those 2 rows of stitching done. Now I'm going to cut these apart. And that's where this portion comes into play. We have those 2 lines of stitching, and we're going to cut on the diagonal. Then when we get to this step, we're going to cut 2 on that diagonal. Now I did make a note that my background fabric, and in my case the white, is going to be on the bottom. I've sewn them together. White's on the bottom. I'm going to cut 2 from corner to corner, going in this direction, and then 2 going in this direction. Once those are cut in half, I'm going to be able to open them up. You're going to end up with a quarter square triangle. So we're going to have 4 going in one direction and 4 going in the opposite direction. And we're going to do that to all of the squares that equal that 4 3/4 of an inch. Now a little tip on pressing these: take one pile and press it towards your darker fabric, and then take the second pile and press it towards the white. And that little pressing tip is going to help us put them together later on as we go along. Once these quarter square triangles are done, we are going to match them up with those larger squares that we cut in half. Now these were 6 3/4 of an inch. We cut them all in half. Now we're going to be able to match them up. And you're going to be able to refer to this chart right here on how we're going to be able to put them together. And we're going to be able to sew those together. So the triangles do not match. We just need to match up this seam. We're going to be able to open these up and trim them so they're 5.5 inches. Before I trim them, I do like to press them. And to press them, I want one seam going in one direction and one going in the other, just like I did the top ones. They do look like they're going in the same direction, but we have it going to the blue and we have this one going to the white. So we just need to press one down and one up. Now that those seams are pressed, we're going to be able to trim each of those squares down to 5.5 inches. So we're going to end up with patterns that look like this, and eventually they're going to be put together like that. And if you look at the way we pressed them, we do have the seams going opposite. And that means we're going to be able to stitch those together. So I just like to do that now. I'm going to match those together. Those seams are going to nestle. And when we open them up, you can really see how those seams are going to match. And for pressing that seam, I would recommend pressing that seam open. Those matching points are all about how we press this as we go along. These units will equal 10.5 inches. They're going to go on the sides of our cut squares. But for the corner blocks, we need to make these little tulip blocks. And we're going to do that with some half square triangles that are made with the 5 1/4 inch blocks. We're going to match right sides together. And instead of sewing down the center, we're going to do a 1/4 inch all the way around the outside. Then simply cut those blocks going from one angle and the second angle. And then when those are separated and opened up, we have our half square triangles, and these need to be trimmed down to 3 inches. And that 3 inch will match our 3 inch background fabric, and in my case, the green fabric. We will need to sew those tulip blocks on each end, And those will fit right on the end. And this is a big 20.5-inch block. Once we have these sewn together, we have a secondary block. And that block just gets to put together with squares and some long rectangles. So we're going to be able to put them together. So the pattern does have the one variation, and it also has that white variation. So let me sew these together and I'll show you how pretty and big this really is. When we start off with big 10.5-inch squares, it's bound to be a big quilt, and it is 60 inches by 80 inches. It's going to be a lot of fun to quilt. We have these big blocks that we can do chain quilting on or do an all over effect. And those panels are really cute with that fabric line. I'll put some links in the description so that you can check it out. And as always, thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day. Bye for now.